Namaskar to all learners. We are going to do some more questions for practice. Question first is, you can pause the video and read the question. We are doing same type of question again and again because this type of question is very important from the examination point of view. So we will find out without division that this rational number have terminating or non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So let's start. To check that this rational number is in standard form or not, so let's factorize denominator as well as numerator. So factorize numerator first. This number 7 plus 8 15, 15 plus 9 24. So it is divisible by 3. 3 3 is 9, 3 2 is 6 and 2 3 9 is 27. Now 3 plus 2 5 and 9 14, not divisible by 3, not divisible by 5, not by 2. So this number will try for 7. 7 for the 28, yes, it is divisible by 7. 7 for the 28, 7 7 is 49. Now 47 is a prime number, so 47 1 is 47. There are two methods to represent or to convert given rational number into standard form, that find out HCF and divide by HCF. Another method is do prime factorization of both numerator and denominator. Let's see. So last digit is 0, so it is divisible by 2. 2 5 is 10, 2 2 is 4, 2 5 is 10, 0. Again by 2, 2 6, then 2 5. Now it is not divisible by 2. 2 6 8, 8 and 7 15. So it is divisible by 3. Yes. 3 8 is 24. 2 3 7 is 21. 3 5 is 15. Now 8 plus 7 15, 5. 20 not divisible by 3. So 5. 5 1 is 5. 3. 5 7 is 35. 5 5 is 25. Again by 5. 5 3 is 15. 5 5 is. And again by 5. 5 7 is and 7 1 is 7. Means we are doing here prime factorization. What we are doing? Prime factorization of numerator and denominator to convert given rational number into standard form. So we can write 3 into 7 into 47. And denominator 2 into 2 means 2 raised, first we write as it is, 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 7. Yes. Then cut 3 in numerator and denominator and 7. Now we get in numerator only 47 and in denominator 2 raised to power 2 into 5 raised to power 3. Now you can see clearly that denominator is in the form of 2 and 5. Now we will write, since denominator is in the form of 2 and 5, so it is terminating decimal expansion. It is terminating decimal expansion. Now we will find out decimal expansion. What is decimal expansion? And for that, now since it is in the form of 2 and 5, it is terminating decimal expansion. So without division, we can find out decimal expansion. 2 raised to power 2 into 5 raised to power 3. We can multiply same number in numerator and denominator. Yes. Then it will be 94 in numerator and denominator 2 raised to power 3, 5 raised to power 3. Why we are multiplying here by 2 in numerator and denominator? Because if we multiply by 2, then we get same power of 2 and 5, and that will be equal to 2 into 5 raised to power 3. Law of exponents and power. 94 10 raised to power 3, and 10 raised to power 3 means 1, 2, 3 zeros in denominator, and it implies that we can write directly that 987 by 10,500 is equal to, after 3 digits from right hand side. So first digit is 4, second is 9. We don't have here third digit, so we will put 0 for third digit, for making our third digit, and now decimal. This is our decimal expansion. First, what we have done in this question? First we find out that it is terminating decimal expansion because denominator are in the form of 2 and 5. Then we find out decimal expansion. Since it is terminating decimal expansion, so without division we can find out decimal expansion to make the denominator as power of 10 raised to any power. If we make denominator, then we can easily convert into decimal expansion. I think students, you got it. If you have any doubt, then please ask in comment box, because this type of question is very important from examination point of view. Question number 2 is, if two integers a and b are written as a is equal to x cube y square and b is equal to xy square, where xy are prime numbers, find out HCF of a and b. So we will find out HCF using prime factorization method. So by prime factorization, we will do prime factorization of a and b. Clearly a is equal to x into x into x into y, and b is equal to x into y into y. We have to find out HCF of AB. So what are common factors in a and b? First of all x, then y, again y, means x into y into y. It means xy square is HCF of a and b. This is your answer. This is very simple question. You can do it easily. Next question is, show that cube of any positive integer is of the form 4m plus 1 or 4m plus 3 for some integer m. So let's start. Let a be any positive integer and that a will work as dividend. Let b is equal to 4. This b means our divisor we choose as per our question, requirement of question. B is equal to 4. So using Euclid's division lemma or algorithm. If you write here division lemma or algorithm, then nothing a great difference is here. So A is equal to BQ plus R, and where R is greater than equal to 0 and less than our divisor. Now according to our question, A will be equal to 4Q plus R, and here R will be 0, 1, 2, 3, because R is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 4, less than our divisor. So it means R can be 0, 1, 2 and 3. So first we take it as equation first, because we will do cube of any positive integer and our positive integer is A. So cubing both sides in equation 1. We know that A plus B whole cube, A plus B whole cube, that is equal to A cube plus B cube plus 3AB A plus B. Here A cube means 4Q cube plus B cube plus 3A B, and multiply A means 4Q plus B means R. This is your 4Q. 4Q. 4 for the 16 for the 64. 64 Q cube plus R cube plus 3 for the 12. 12 QR 4Q plus R whole in bracket. Again we will open the bracket and multiply by 12QR. 12 for the 48 Q and Q, Q square R plus here 1. Coefficient is 1. Numerical coefficient is 1. So 1 into 12, 12. Q and R into R, R square. It means cube of our positive integer A is equal to 64 Q cube plus 48 Q square R plus 12 Q R square plus R cube. Here R cube we are taking in the last. Here we are using commutative property in addition. Commutative property in addition. Because here R square was on second position and now we took it at the last. Because A plus B is equal to B plus A. This is our commutative property. Now let's consider it equation number 2. Now our R is equal to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we will putting R is equal to 0 in equation 1. Then it gives A cube is equal to 64 Q cube plus 48 Q square instead of R at the place of R 0. Again at the place of R 0 square plus 0 cube. This will all become 0. Yes. So our remaining term is 64 Q cube and we can write it 4 16, because we are taking 4 common outside. 16q cube is equal to 4m, where m is equal to 16q cube. Now second case second, this is case first when we are putting r is equal to 0. Now case second, when r is equal to 1, then equation second gives that a cube is equal to 64q cube plus 48q square as it is. Only at the place of r it will be 1, and 12q as it is, and instead of r 1 square plus 1 cube is equal to 64q cube plus 48q square plus 12q plus 1, and you can take 4 common from these all three terms. 4 16, you can take 4 outside, so 16q cube plus 12q square plus 3q plus 1, and we can write it as 4m plus 1. So cube of any positive integer is in the form of 4m plus 1, where m is equal to 16q cube plus 12q square plus 3q. Now we will do case third. And case third, when r is equal to 2, then from equation second, our a cube will be equal to 64. This is our equation 2. 64q cube plus 48q square instead of r2, at the place of r square 2 square and power 3 of 2 is equal to 64q cube plus 48 to the 96 q square plus 2 to the 4. This will be equal to 4. So 4 12 the 48 q plus 2 to the 4 to the 8. And now you can take 4 common from all these 4 terms. So 4 will be outside and remaining will be 16q cube plus 4 to the 8, 4 for the 24q square plus 12q plus 2, and we can write it is equal to 4m, where m is equal to 16q cube plus 24q square plus 12q plus 2. Now we will do case 4, and in that case we will take r is equal to 3. Yes students, then again putting r is equal to 3 in equation 2, then equation 2 gives that a cube is equal to again 64 q cube as it is plus 48 q square, and at the place of r is equal to 2 here, and now r is equal to 3. 12q and square of 3, and here cube of 3. Again solve it. 64 q cube plus 48 3 ja 3 8 ja 24, 3 4 ja 12, and 2 14, 108 q plus 27. But we can't take common 4 from all these terms, so we can write it, we can split up 27 as 24 plus 3. Now we can take common 4 from all these terms, and we get 4 16 q cube plus 4, when we will take common 4, then 4 3 ja 12, and 4 6 ja 24, q square 4 2 ja 8, 4 7 ja q plus 4 6 ja and plus 3, and that is equal to 4m plus 3. Yes, 4m plus 3. And what is m here? Where m is equal to 16 q cube plus 36 q square plus 27 q plus 6, means cube of our positive integer a is equal to, in the form of 4m plus 3, where m is equal to this, or in the form of 4m, a cube is equal to 4m, or cube of any positive integer is in the form of 4m plus 1, and when r is equal to 0, then in the form of 4m. Hence we can say that in last sentence we can say that hence cube of any positive integer is of the form 4m, 4m plus m, or 4m plus 3 for some positive integer m. Hence proved. Next question, question number 4 is, if two positive integers p and q can be expressed as p is equal to ab square and q is equal to a cube b, where a and b are prime numbers, find out LCM of p and q. This is very easy question, so already I have done for you. Using factorization, we are factorizing p and q. So p is equal to a into b, or q is equal to a into a into b. So here a is common, and maximum power of a, highest power of a is 3. So we are taking a cube, and highest power of b square. So LCM. Otherwise direct you can observe that p is equal to a b square and q is equal to a cube b. Easily you can see a is common. So for LCM always we take, this is second method, always we take highest common power. Highest means 3. So 3, and here b square. You can write directly your answer. Otherwise you can do it with steps. Next question is, find out the largest number which divides 70 and 125, leaving remainders 5 and 8 respectively. Here remainders 5 and 8. Remainders are always extra numbers. So to find out largest number, first we have to find out HCF. And for what? For which numbers we will find out HCF? Because remainder 5 in case of 70 and 8 in case of 125. So to find out HCF, required number are 70 minus 5 and 125 minus 8. So we will find out HCF of 65, and when we will subtract 8, then we will get 117. You can use either prime factorization method to find out HCF or long division method. Long division method to find out HCF. Let we use here long division method. Since 117 is greater than 65, so 117 will be dividend and 65 will be as divisor. 65 1 is 65, so 2 5. Now our divisor will become dividend. Again 1 is 52 and here remainder is 13. So 52 will be dividend this time, and 13 4 is 52 and remainder is 0. If remainder is 0, at that time what is the divisor? Divisor is 13. So HCF of 65 and 117 is equal to 13. Hence, the largest number which divides 70 and 125, leaving remainders 5 and 8 respectively. Or you can use Euclid's division lemma also. Euclid's division lemma and algorithm to find out HCF. We will write step by step. Since 117 is greater than 65, so using Euclid's division lemma, what is the Euclid's division lemma? That dividend 117 is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder 52. Step 2, this is step 1 first. Since remainder is 52 not equal to 0, so applying Euclid's division lemma, on 65 and 52. 65 and 52. Then we get 65 is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Again, since we can write here step 3rd or step 2 continue, because step 3rd can be our HCF. Otherwise you can write here step 3. Since R is equal to 13 not equal to 0, again applying Euclid's division lemma, on 13 and 52. Okay, this time 52 is our dividend. A is equal to B divisor into Q plus R. Here R is, we can take step 4. Since R is equal to 0, so HCF is equal to 13. Okay students, if p greater than 0 and q less than 0, then which of the following is correct? 4 options are given here. So first we will solve it. Statement is p greater than 0 given. First of all, you should be clear about this mark. This sign is inequality sign. Inequality sign, or means greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal. These all are inequality sign. Equality means equal, inequality sign. And greater or smaller, since this side we can see greater, open, larger, so p greater and 0 smaller. And again q smaller than 0. Sometimes we get confused that when this sign change. Students, look carefully. When we taking additive inverse and multiplicative inverse, you know very well, second name of multiplicative inverse is reciprocal. When we take additive inverse and multiplicative inverse, then inequality sign change. Means p greater than 0. If you take additive inverse minus p, then sign will change. Or you take multiplicative inverse, then again sign will change. In second given condition, q less than 0, it implies if you take minus q, then it will become greater than 0, or 1 by, see here, 1 by q, then greater than 0. So when we will compare with our options, then we see that if we take p greater than 0 as it is, and when we change our inequality sign here, then minus q greater than 0, means we do same both signs, greater than. So we can directly p minus q greater than 0, and this is p minus q greater than 0. Sorry, p minus q, because both options are here same. P minus q less than 0, p minus q less than 0. So we take p minus q greater than 0. And this is our correct option. Option B. I think you get it. If you have any doubt, then please ask in comment box.